Right, my car is fully charged and we're going to get inside the car and we're going to talk about myths, misinformation, lies, and basically people trying to kill off the electric car. Now, who is it? Is it the gas and the oil industries? Or is it the truth? Well, we're going to find out. I've been watching a little documentary, I'll tell you about that when we get in the car, of three people saying that, I'm not going to say who they are, because I don't think I'm allowed to do that. It was an interesting documentary that I watched about it, or a little news story, a YouTube video that I watched about it, about killing off the electric car. Is it the gas and oil industries? There is a lot of misinformation out there about electric cars, I have to agree, but we're going to go through that inside the car. I have an electric car. If you watch the channel, I'm sure you will know I have the Porsche Taycan. I've had it for over a year, and I have actually been said and been told that I work for, and I'm paid by the oil industries. I can assure you I'm not paid by the oil industries. I wish I was, but I'm not. Anyway, we're going to get inside the car and have a little chat about it because, well, I'll tell you inside the car. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's unplug this. Come on, and let's go. Right, let's get down to business. So I've been sent a link to a video that has been made by a very popular car channel, a car channel that is to do with electric cars. It's got some very well-known names on there, car journalists from who are very well respected. In fact, one of them I was a big fan of many years ago. Anyway, I can't say who they are, but I'm pretty sure that you will know. And they did a video recently that's about killing off electric cars and the myths and misinformation and clickbait that is out there to do with killing off electric cars. And apparently the media have been heavy on negativity about electric cars as of late, including the Rowan Atkinson story that they ran as well. Now, I actually watched the video from start to finish, and I love watching them, to be honest. I have a lot of respect for them and a lot of time. However, what I don't understand is, with a lot of channels at the moment and a lot of people, a lot of journalists seem to be pro-EV, and I can't help but think whether there is a hidden agenda behind it. Now, they will probably say the same about me. I have actually been accused of working for the gas and the oil industry. I wish. I am not. I own my electric car, or it's on like a purchase, hire purchase thing. So I've got a loan on it basically. So I've had it for a year or just over a year, and I've reported on the negatives, the pluses and the negatives of owning one of these electric cars. I've always said right throughout, I love the way that these electric cars drive. Absolutely fantastic. You've got instant torque. It's great. I actually kind of like the sound of them. It sounds a little bit like the Jetsons or a spaceship, etc. However, I've also gone into the negatives about it. And as I say, the reason with a lot of these channels now, I'm not saying in particular the one that I'm talking about, but there are a lot of people who benefit from giving you the positives and talking up electric cars, and I don't understand it. I don't have I don't benefit. Well, you could argue the fact that I benefit from these videos because I get paid by YouTube. However, I can film a bent sausage or a you know, a bag of fish and chips and get, you know, just as many views or whatever by going to Jeremy Clarkson's farm or whatever, which is much more enjoyable for me than driving around in a car talking about electric cars. So yes, of course I make money by them, but I could talk positive about them as well and still make money out of it. However, I'm showing you the negatives because there are a lot of negatives about electric cars, which these people aren't pointing out. The infrastructure I've gone into, the depreciation of these cars, which I've already shown you how much I've lost on these cars. A lot of the comments in the comment section were brutal, to be honest. It was, well, you got the wrong car. It's a Porsche. What do you expect? There's the people who love electric cars. I've said before, it really is like some kind of religious clan. I'd go one further. It's worse. They're like the people who knock on your door on a Sunday morning trying to get you to sign up for the Bible. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, they did have a lot of good points in this video that I watched. I won't link to it, however, I'm pretty sure that you can find it out. They had a lot of good points, saying that there is a lot of misinformation out there. Now, I don't know the facts on this. I never try and push misinformation about clickbait misinformation. Yes, I do clickbait with fish and chips, etc. However, the misinformation with, and I don't know whether it is, car parks collapsing because of the weight of the cars. Apparently that's not true. Apparently, I don't know whether it is. Children mining cobalt or whatever it is for the batteries. Apparently that's not true as well. I don't know. I can't verify all this. You may be able to pop it in the description down below. Batteries setting on fire and cars setting on fire and fire departments not being able to put them out. A lot of this apparently is misinformation, and battery technology is improving all the time. However, the issue with electric cars, and my issue with them, has been the infrastructure is not there. It isn't improving it quickly enough to keep up with the amount of electric cars. Now, I can't again clarify this information, but from what I have experienced with electric cars is the charging part of it, if you are not charging at home, is absolutely ridiculous. You are going to waste hours of your life charging your car. I've been in service stations waiting an hour for somebody to come off the charging point, and then I'm sure these three journalists will say, well, it's going to get better, it's only going to get from here, it's early stages. It's not going to get any better if you look at the amount of cars that are on the road to the amount of chargers that we will need. Unless you can charge your battery within the same amount of time that you can fill your tank with petrol or diesel, it will not improve. It won't get any better. It's absolutely ridiculous. Your range has got to increase first. You've got to get at least as many miles as you can out of a diesel or a petrol car. The negatives about these cars, for me, certainly outweigh the positives, because the only positive I can see is your instant torque on it, which is great, and it is cheaper if you charge it at home. But I will argue the fact that is just for now, because I can guarantee you, as soon as they've got everybody who can afford an electric car into an electric car, then they will set a separate tariff for you charging your car at home. Plus, we will go into pay by mile as well. So you will pay by every mile that you do. So they will price out the little man on the street, or the little woman, if we don't want to be sexist, being politically correct these days, the little person on the street. They will price them out of driving totally. I'd like to have a chat face to face with these three motor journalists who are very well respected, and I respect them as well. And you had a lot of good points, and they are now pushing to push the electric car further and try and make it more positive than negative, because the media are putting a lot of negativity about electric cars out there, and I'm putting what I think is the truth out there. That it's just my experience of owning an electric car. But you'll have other electric car owners, it'll be the same. It'll be in the description down below, and you'll see all the nasty comments and the negative comments. You got the wrong car, you didn't plan your journey. It's absolutely outrageous. I mean, why should I plan my journey anyway? I want to get in my car and I want to go for a start, right? You didn't plan your journey, you got the wrong car. I should have got a Tesla. I don't like Teslas. I think they look awful. I don't think they're very well made. I just think the range on these things and the infrastructure is wrong. Do I think there's a future for them? I think maybe if you are driving locally to the shops, etc., but ultimately, no, I don't. Do I believe in electric cars? I think, do they save the planet? I don't think they save the planet. I don't think they save the planet at all. What I think they do is they make the air cleaner in cities and towns where our children are, which is great. That's good. For cities and towns, I think they're perfect. Long distances, absolutely not. I think what the issue is here is we're being told that we must have an electric car. You cannot buy an internal combustion engine by 2030 or 2035, whatever it is. You can't have one, you've got to have electric. I think it should be choice. I think it should be all about choice. And I think as engines sort of like get better and the technology gets better and it advances, then yeah, I think the internal combustion engine will get cleaner. I just think there's a place for both, and it's all about choice. And I'm just putting it out there, and this video is basically to counteract the video that this other channel's done, where they're just putting all the positives. They're not saying any negatives at all. I don't understand these EV channels where they wax lyrical about electric cars, but they never put any negativity out there. I'm not paid by the oil industry, I'm not paid by the EV industry, obviously, and I'm just telling you exactly how it is. Owning an electric car is a pain in the backside, one huge pain in the backside if you're looking at charging them and you're on a long journey. And that's where I'm leaving it. However, your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. As I say, there's a lot of misinformation out there. This is not misinformation in my eyes. I'm just telling you, in my opinion and my experience of owning an electric car, I think they are absolutely useless for long journeys, businesses, and everybody trying to reach this net zero. It's impossible. You've got planes up there which are kicking out more fumes and smoke, etc., and whatever. You've got ships, massive ships and cruise liners that are kicking out more you know, toxins, etc. So but they're picking on the little person in the street with their car. Anyway, that's my rant over with electric cars, and if you are watching, have a face-to-face with me and let me know, because I think a lot of what you say was very interesting, and I think a lot of what you say was truthful. I think there's a lot of clickbait and lies out there, but I don't understand how you can wax lyrical and think that there is a future, a long-term future for electric cars as a main mode of transport. And that's where I'll leave it today. Thanks for watching, and if you are new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button and click that little bell for notifications when I upload new videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, this is what I like about electric cars. Are you ready? When I put my foot down, I'll just put this noise on. Here we go. There we go. Right, okay, so new housing estate. I shall see you later. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.